Chosen one, there comes a moment in your life when the universe begins to whisper louder than your fears. A moment when life feels too heavy, too loud, too confusing, and yet beneath all that noise, something inside you starts to rise. This rise is not random, it is not accidental, it is the signal that your spiritual upgrade has begun. But before your greatest power can awaken, certain energies must exit your field. These energies may be familiar, they may be people you love, habits you've kept for years, places you've outgrown, or emotions you've carried like a second skin. But destiny does not bloom in polluted soil. When the divine wants to elevate you, it first separates you from everything that slows your spirit, clouds your judgment, or weighs down your purpose. And although this separation may feel uncomfortable, it is the strongest confirmation that God is aligning you with the next stage of your life. You were never meant to live an ordinary life, chosen one. You were meant to reflect light that others forgot they had. You were meant to lead, to inspire, to grow, and to carry wisdom that cannot be taught in classrooms. But with great calling comes great cleansing. Before the universe can activate the highest version of you, it demands one thing: purity of energy. And purity comes from distancing yourself from what drains, distracts, and deceives you. This is why the path of the chosen is narrow. It's why your journey feels lonely. It's why you outgrow more things than you keep. Because every time you release something that doesn't belong, you rise into someone you were always destined to become. Today, we will dive deep into the 9 things you must distance from yourself to awaken your greatest power. Some will surprise you, some will shock you, and some will finally make sense of everything you've been experiencing. 1. Distance yourself from people who are uncomfortable with your growth. One of the most dangerous energies around a chosen one is the presence of someone who pretends to support you but is secretly threatened by your evolution. These individuals have mastered the art of smiling at your progress while holding jealousy in their hearts. They clap when you win, yet internally they wish those wins never arrived. When your spirit begins to elevate, when you grow emotionally, mentally, spiritually, or financially, they begin behaving in subtle but noticeable ways. They may pull back from you for no reason, suddenly act passive-aggressive, or begin nitpicking your every move. They might remind you of your past mistakes so you don't feel worthy of your future blessings. They may make comments that seem harmless but are actually meant to shrink your confidence. They may joke about your dreams to make you second-guess your potential. All of it is intentional. A chosen one's glow exposes the insecurities of anyone not growing with them. And when your elevation threatens their comfort zone, they will try to sabotage you emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. This is why distance is necessary. You are entering a version of yourself that cannot exist in rooms where people resent your evolution. You are stepping into a destiny that requires protection from jealousy, from envy, from disguised hostility. When someone shows you discomfort with your growth, believe them. You owe it to your purpose, your peace, and your power to remove yourself. Your expansion is sacred. Your awakening is divine. And anyone who cannot genuinely celebrate your growth today will attempt to sabotage it tomorrow. 2. Distance yourself from environments that lower your frequency. Your environment is not just a physical space. It is a spiritual atmosphere. It either nourishes you or drains you. It either lifts your vibration or lowers it. Some environments are filled with gossip, competition, negativity, violence, jealousy, laziness, and spiritual stagnation. These places weigh heavily on your soul, even if you cannot logically explain why. When you are evolving into your higher self, environments that once felt normal will suddenly feel unbearable. You might feel anxious, irritated, tired, or mentally scattered, and you may start experiencing spiritual discomfort, like your spirit is warning you that you no longer belong there. That sensation is not a coincidence. It is your spiritual radar analyzing the energy around you and signaling danger. It is telling you your destiny is not here, your blessing is not here, your future is not here. Chosen one, when your frequency rises, low-frequency environments become toxic to your spirit. You begin to feel misaligned, out of place, disconnected. You start feeling like you're suffocating because your soul is trying to break free from anything that limits your divine expansion. Staying in the wrong environment can delay your purpose, cloud your intuition, weaken your focus, and block your blessings. Some places are spiritually dead, and if you remain there, your spirit will slowly dim too. Protect your vibration, protect your energy, protect your future. Move away from environments that require you to shrink, hide, or silence your authentic power. You are not meant to adapt to low frequencies. You are meant to rise above them. 3. Distance yourself from people who only come when they need something. Energy leeches are real, and they disguise themselves as friends, family, lovers, or supporters. These people do not love you. They love what they can extract from you. They love your kindness, your generosity, your support, your wisdom, your light, and your ability to pour into them. But they have nothing to offer you in return. They do not check on you unless they want a favor. They do not show up unless they are in crisis. They do not ask how you are doing unless they are preparing to ask you for something. And after they take what they need, your time, your emotional labor, your energy, they disappear until the next emergency. Chosen one, your heart is golden, but gold is valuable, rare, and sacred. Stop distributing it to people who treat it like scrap metal. One-sided connections drain your spirit, weaken your intuition, and distract you from your divine path. They keep you emotionally exhausted and spiritually depleted. When you are constantly giving without receiving, you are operating from an empty cup, and nothing divine flows from an empty vessel. The universe does not bless imbalanced relationships. It exposes them so you can walk away. When you distance yourself from those who only take, you create space for people who pour back into you, people who value you, appreciate you, and see your worth. Protect your energy like the treasure it is. Give your heart to those who handle it with honor, not convenience. 4. Distance yourself from old habits that keep you spiritually weak. Your habits shape your destiny more than your intentions do. You can pray for elevation, dream of elevation, and declare elevation, but if your habits contradict your destiny, you will stay stuck in the same spiritual cycle. Old habits, like procrastination, emotional addiction, unhealthy coping mechanisms, lack of discipline, distraction loops, and self-doubt patterns, are spiritual chains disguised as comfort. Every time you return to an old habit, you delay your transformation, you dim your spiritual sensitivity, you weaken your inner strength. You confuse your purpose. The universe cannot elevate someone who is attached to behaviors that keep them anchored to an outdated version of themselves. Chosen one, when you distance yourself from harmful habits, you are not losing anything, you are reclaiming your true identity. You begin to think clearly, act intentionally, and move confidently. You stop sabotaging your progress with old patterns. You develop discipline, one of the highest forms of spiritual power. You start becoming aligned with your calling, your gifts, and your purpose. Old habits may feel comfortable, but comfort is the enemy of destiny. Your greatest power is unlocked when you detach from behaviors that weaken your spirit and build habits that strengthen your future. 5. Distance yourself from conversations that steal your peace. Not every conversation deserves your presence, your attention, or your energy. Some dialogues are designed to drain you. Some discussions feel like emotional warfare, arguments with people who don't want to understand you, conversations rooted in ego, gossip-filled exchanges, repetitive conflicts and debates that go nowhere. They all rob you of peace. They drain your mental clarity, disrupt your emotional balance, and lower your spiritual frequency. Peace is one of the most sacred forms of wealth, and conversation is one of the easiest ways to lose it. Every time you engage in low-level dialogue, you waste energy that could be invested in your growth, your purpose, or your healing. Chosen one, your mind is a sacred temple. What enters it matters, what you entertain matters. Silence is not weakness, silence is mastery. Protecting your peace is not avoidance, it is alignment. You do not need to explain yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. You do not need to debate with people who refuse to evolve. You do not need to participate in conversations that make your soul feel heavy. Distance yourself from low vibrational communication and choose stillness, clarity, and truth instead. Your peace is too valuable to spend on noise. 6. Distance yourself from people who don't respect your boundaries. Boundaries are not walls designed to isolate you. They are spiritual doors that protect everything sacred within you. They guard your time, your emotional well-being, your mental clarity, and your spiritual identity. Anyone who ignores, mocks, challenges, or repeatedly crosses your boundaries is showing you exactly how little they value your growth. These individuals want access to your energy without honoring the rules that protect it. They want the benefits of being connected to you without the responsibility of treating you with respect. They expect you to sacrifice your needs while they freely prioritize theirs. They want you to be available to them, yet they refuse to be accountable for how they affect your spirit. Chosen one, you cannot awaken your greatest power in the presence of people who drain you, dismiss you, or misuse the access you give them. Every time you allow someone to violate your boundaries, you teach them that your comfort is negotiable, your peace is optional, and your worth is flexible. And nothing delays your spiritual evolution more than relationships that dishonor your identity. The people who are meant for you will respect the boundaries that protect you. They will understand that access to your energy is a privilege, not an entitlement. They will elevate your peace, not disturb it. They will honor your voice, not silence it. They will value your presence, not take it for granted. Distance yourself from those who treat you like an option, but expect to be your priority. Protecting your boundaries is protecting your destiny. You are not rejecting people. You are honoring yourself, your future, and the divine assignment placed over your life. 7. Distance yourself from your own fear. Fear is the most powerful enemy of destiny, not people, not circumstances, not the world. Fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of success, fear of change, fear of uncertainty, fear of leaving your comfort zone. Fear is an invisible prison that holds countless chosen ones hostage without physical chains. It whispers lies into your mind. You're not ready. You're not good enough. What if it goes wrong? What will people say? Every time you listen, every time you hesitate, every time you allow fear to dictate your actions, you shrink your own possibility. The truth is, your greatest blessings are hiding behind the walls fear has built. When you distance yourself from fear, when you refuse to let it drive your decisions, your life expands. You begin taking action without waiting for approval. You begin trusting yourself instead of doubting your spiritual gifts. You begin walking boldly into opportunities others are too afraid to try. Your courage becomes a magnet for divine alignment. Chosen one, fear is not meant to control you, it is meant to be conquered. It is a signal of where your next level lives. Every time you challenge fear, you weaken it. Every time you move despite fear, you grow stronger. Distance yourself from fear-based thinking, fear-driven excuses, fear-filled environments, and fear-minded people. They limit your potential, restrict your creativity, and stunt your evolution. Your destiny requires bravery, not hesitation, liberation, not limitation, faith, not fear. When you detach from fear, you step into the version of yourself that the universe has been waiting for. 8. Distance yourself from comparing your journey to others. Comparison is one of the silent killers of destiny. It kills joy, it kills gratitude, it kills confidence, it kills progress. When you compare your journey to someone else's highlight reel, you disconnect from your own divine timing. You begin undervaluing your growth, minimizing your blessings, and doubting your uniqueness. You forget that your path is sacred and individualized. You forget that the universe does not create duplicates. You forget that success is not a race. It is a personal unfolding. Chosen one, comparison blinds you from seeing how far you've actually come. It makes you overlook the battles you've survived, the lessons you've learned, the strength you've built, and the growth you've achieved. It tricks you into believing you're behind, when in truth, you are exactly where you need to be. When you distance yourself from comparison, you reclaim your inner peace. You start appreciating your own evolution without measuring it against someone else's timeline. You begin trusting your process, even when it looks different from everyone else's. You start seeing life through your own eyes instead of through the lens of competition. Remember, someone else's blessing is not your delay. Their success is not your failure. Their progress does not diminish your potential. Your journey is divinely tailored to your soul, your purpose, and your future. When you detach from comparison, you finally recognize the beauty of your own path and the power of your own destiny. 9. Distance yourself from anyone who tries to dim your light. Chosen ones shine without trying. Your presence alone carries a frequency that threatens people who are still living in darkness. There are individuals who will feel intimidated by your confidence, your wisdom, your spiritual sensitivity, or your divine favor. They will try to downplay your gifts. They will call you too much. They will try to shrink your voice, silence your brilliance, or guilt you into dimming your glow so they can feel more comfortable. But your light was not given to you for their comfort. It was given to you for your purpose. Anyone who tries to dim your light is revealing that they are not aligned with your destiny. Some people cannot handle your shine because it exposes the shadows they refuse to heal. Some people resent how naturally you rise because they are still struggling to stand. Some people envy the way blessings flow to you because they have not yet done the inner work required to unlock their own. Chosen one, distance yourself from every person who makes you feel guilty for being radiant. You are not meant to hide your gifts. You are not meant to water down your intelligence, your power, or your spirit to keep the insecure comfortable. Your light is meant to guide, uplift, inspire, and expand. Those who cannot handle it are simply not meant to walk with you into your divine future. Protect your glow, honor your radiance, and surround yourself with people who celebrate your shine, not those who fear it. Chosen one, if you distance yourself from these 9 things, your life will change in ways you cannot even imagine. Your clarity will expand, your spirit will strengthen, your purpose will become unstoppable. The universe is preparing you for a level that your old environment, old habits, and old connections cannot enter. This is the Alchemy of Awareness channel. If this message reached you exactly when you needed it, I want you to type 1111 in the comments section to claim divine blessings over your life. And if you want more powerful messages like this, make sure you subscribe, like, and stay connected. Your transformation has already begun. Thank you for watching.